Hello, my name is Milla Sjöstrand and I'm a 17-year-old racing driver from Sweden. So I first got a taste of racing when I was 4 years old, and from there I loved it. So when I was 7 I got to try wheel karting, and from there I've been moving up the ladder. Right now I'm working on getting into International Formula 4 for next year, and hopefully later on F1 Academy, and my goal for the future is to become a Formula 1 champion. And one of my most memorable races in karting were when I got my first Grand Slam, and so I took pole position. I won all the racing hits and pre-final and final. So I'm really happy with that result, and I'm also the only girl in the world being selected to Girls on Track Rising Stars for 3 times, which is really nice, and I'm also a finalist in that program. This year I made my debut in Nordic 4 Championship, and it was an immediate success. So in my first ever race I scored points, and I took 2 out of 3 races a top 10 finish, which is really nice. And to prepare for that I did a lot of work in my simulator. I have been training a lot in the gym, and also I have previous experience such as karting for many years. So, but it was my first time in F4 machinery, so that was a very good result. So I've been able to adapt to driving the F4 very quickly, and I feel like it's a really good skill that you can always use anytime you race. So yeah, I've been working a lot on that, especially last year when I did karting outside of Sweden, when I didn't know the tracks. We went there and it was race weekend, so I need to learn the tracks very quickly, adapt to all the new things like chassis, engines, and all of that. So that definitely helped me, and yeah, so that was good. And another thing is that I always loved faster cars. Every time I step into a faster car, I perform very well. So that's really nice. As I said earlier, I was the only girl in the world being selected to FIA Girls on Track Rising Stars 3 times. And I feel like that has shaped me as a driver a lot. From the first time in 2020, I was very young. I was only 12 years old, and I saw, Maya Voig, Dorian Penn, all of them, and I was very inspired. So a year after that I got selected again, and I was a finalist in that program, and I really learn a lot, and adapt, and you meet people with similar experience and all of it. And last time I was selected was in 2023 when I got to drive an F4 car with Prima Racing, and that was such an experience. Like in every sport, in motorsport you can also face obstacles. It can be mechanical issues or whatever, and I like to always try to move on for it. You can feel sad and frustrated and all of it during the time, but after 10 minutes or anything you need to let it go and move on to focus on the next race. Maybe it didn't went so well or anything, but always think forward and see what you can learn of it and improve to the next time. When you get home from race weekend, you're usually quite tired because you used all of your energy and really given everything at the racetrack. So I usually like to relax a bit, maybe wait 2 days or something to train and just relax the body. But I also go to school and all of that, so it's a lot of things happening, but it's good to, you know, also rest. I think that's an important part. Many people sometimes forget. So yeah. I also do some work where I'm a public speaker, and I feel like that's great for your racing career to be able to speak in front of many people, so many people can know who you are and what your ambitions are and so on. And I feel like there's no really negative side of it, and usually it's pretty good. My biggest motivation is and has always been to race. That's what I love to do. It's, you know, my favorite thing in the world. So I work really hard to be able to race and to be able to do the things I love. And when I race, I always want to achieve good results. So, you know, I work hard to get faster and improve every time I go on track. Driving in a championship like F1 Academy is good for the drivers to, you know, build their base and show who they are, what they are capable of. And right now, I feel like it's very seen and people discover it, and I think that's really good that these girls get a lot of visibility. So that's really good for the careers, maybe compared to other series where it don't get as much visibility. But I think it's still good to consider both. If I got to have any driver as a teammate for a race, I would probably choose Sebastian Vettel because he's been like my role model. I looked up to him as a kid when he was driving and when I was growing up, so that would be really cool. If I got to try another category of motorsport, I don't know, choose rally or something. I have never really driven it. I tried rallycross one time, but you know, I'm much better on asphalt, according to me. But it's always something you can train on, so that would be really cool. A piece of advice I would give to young girls getting into motorsport is to, you know, never give up on your dream and do not care like what other people say or think about you. And results wise, I know the results will come eventually if you just keep pushing really hard. And if this is what you want, you need to work really hard for it and it will come to you. And yeah, don't stop believing in yourself, and get people around you to also believe in you and see what you can do for each other, and yeah, try to build a good base from the beginning. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.